Welcome to Module 4. This is our last 2-week module, and then we'll head into a series of 1-week modules before the final project module. So I'm going to click on Module 4 Start here and just go through what you need to do for this module. So this is when we get into Dreamweaver, and then you will also create 2 web pages and upload them to the ASU web host or whichever web host you'll be using at the end of this module. So during the first week, you'll be watching a Dreamweaver user interface video. So if you look here, it's embedded. This was created on a previous version of Dreamweaver, but the user interface is pretty much the same. So you can also use the textbook at this point from Against the Clock and just follow the first chapter and just kind of get used to the Dreamweaver interface. Then you will read Psychology of Web Design, and that's a reading that I have included in Module 4. So if I get out of this page, you'll go to the embedded PDF here, and you only need to read chapters 11 and 14. Then after that reading, you'll participate in the discussion after watching this other embedded video on web design best practices and sites video, and I will need to work on updating some of these videos, but that video is available for you to go ahead and watch and just get some overviews of some of the best practices for just thinking about web design and setup. So if you go to, after that reading on Psychology of Web Design, you can look at the assignment sheet here for discussion 4 and make sure you do read these assignment sheets. That video is linked here as well. And then be sure to explain, after you choose your favorite kind of best and worst sites, make sure that you support your explanation on why you chose those sites as well designed or poorly designed. Cite your sources by letting your peers and I know where you found those sites, and or you can link them, or you can include screenshots of those sites. And then make sure you review the rubric to see how I'll be grading your discussion forums. After you participate in the discussion 4, then you will go back to Against the Clock and register your textbook, and there are instructions. If you go back to our main course page here under Helpful Resources, look for the instructions for the Against the Clock textbook, and that also links out to the Against the Clock website. So you'll need to create an account and password. You'll find a unique code at the back of the textbook. Enter that code in under Dreamweaver 2018, and then you will want to download the graphic files that you'll need to complete these tutorials, as well as the fonts. So back to Module 4, what you'll do is go through that Project 1 in your textbook. It's Bistro Site Management, and I've provided some tutorial videos, and I apologize that they are not the best quality. If I have time, I will redo those, but I just want to emphasize that these tutorial videos I've created just as an additional support for you. They're really not necessary, as you should be able to follow along in the textbook. So if you just go to the Bistro Site Organization chapter for Project 1 in your textbook, it'll take you through how to do that step by step. So the main purpose of that chapter is just to learn how to open up a site in Dreamweaver that's already created, and then you're just going to get some practice on how to link from one site page to another within a website. Then after you do that tutorial, You don't have to turn that in, but that's just to get practice. What you do need to turn in is your project or portfolio builder project that's found at the back of that chapter for the Kinetic Bistro site. And that is called rentals. So that is homework 5. So after you do the practice tutorials, go to the homework 5 rentals assignment sheet and read the instructions on what you need to do to complete this homework assignment. So you will download the rentals files from Against the Clock, open and set up that site in Dreamweaver, and then you're going to organize some of the pages and link them, link the navigation menu here on this site, and then you will resave it and then submit that entire site folder, your root folder, in a zip format. So I will show you in a video on how to, some hints on how to set that up in an additional video. But that's what you need to do for this assignment, and you can look at the due date and the rubric for that. Then after you do the rentals assignment, then we will have spring break, and you won't have anything due during spring break. The following week will begin week 2 for this module, and you'll review then the Websites 101 slides. Again, it's an embedded PDF file, so you can go through and review those slides. After doing that, then you will go to homework 6, and this is off textbook. So if you go to homework 6, read the instructions on this assignment sheet, and I have a sample page that's linked here that you can link out to. So be sure that you go through this. After completing this assignment, you'll have 2 web pages that you have set up in Dreamweaver that are going to be linked to one another, and then you're going to upload those 2 web pages to your ASU web host or other web host server. And what you're going to turn in is just the URL address. So you're going to copy and paste your URL address from the browser here and then submit that address. So you're not going to actually submit any files, just the address, because your files will be uploaded to your server. Then after homework 6, you'll complete quiz 2 as an assessment, and then a midterm survey so I can just reevaluate where we are in this class.